Have you ever felt like giving up on your business? Well, I'll tell you right now, you're not alone. My name's Clay. I'm the owner of Visione Studios and the Visione Collective, and I have been an entrepreneur and self employed for the last 6 years. I'm going to take you through some things I picked up along the way, some habits that I was able to develop, and some habits that I was able to break that has allowed me to continue to grow as an entrepreneur through the ups and downs. Let's get right into it. The first thing that I would say is you're going through a situation. Everything is stressful. Your bills are due. Maybe you have employees, you have to pay the employees, rent, and then, of course, all of your personal bills as well, right? Everything just kind of hits you at once. That's how things typically go. The first thing that you can do in this scenario when everything is coming down on you and coming down on you hard, because I know how it feels. Reconnect with your why, right? Now, what do I mean by that? What is your purpose? What is your purpose in life? Now, if you have the type of mind that I have, you'll end up just continuing to, you know, overthink what your purpose is. Really, what it means is, what are you passionate about? What do you feel like you yourself are destined to do? It's always good to take a step back and remind yourself who you are and what your purpose is. Why are you doing what you're doing every day with your business, putting yourself through everything that you have to go through as a business owner? So, an example for me is we have a few different companies. My main focus overall is the textile recycling industry. We deal with vintage clothing, used clothing, etc., etc. I have never been more passionate about something in my life. I've been connected to this industry since I was 14 years old, all by my own personal discovery and growth and ups and downs. And truly, the passion and the purpose comes from the sheer volume of textiles that we are able to save from ending up in the landfills. And that alone, along with so many other things, is a true driving purpose for me, even when things get so crazy, so tough. That's a true driving purpose for me. And it's just a solid reminder of why I do what I do every day. And I think the basis of what I'm trying to get to is, you just need to make sure you give yourself a solid reminder of why you do what you do every day, right? Now, micro goals, goal planning. The best way to set goals as an entrepreneur, the way that I like to set goals, is by setting micro goals, right? So you have micro, macro when it comes to goals. I do set long term goals, but they're less of a guideline and more of like a, I know that we will reach this point. The micro goals are the day to day goals that we are trying to achieve, whether that's implementing a new software that will help you, cut some time off of one of your processes, whether that's hiring on another employee within the coming weeks. All of these things can be micro goals, and they should be taken step by step. Make sure you're setting them. Don't just focus on the big picture. Don't just focus on the, oh, well, I want to make $1 million this year. I want to make 500,000 this year. You got to start with the micro goals, because those are the goals that are actually going to get you to the macro goals. Those are the goals that are going to make you feel like you are accomplishing something on the day by day, because you are, right? So that's what I would say is tip number two. Tip number three. Now, as Repeated as this is, as corny as it may sound, surround yourself with the right people. All right. I'm not going to touch on this too much, but it's should be pretty self-explanatory by now. If you have mentors, entrepreneurial communities around you, or co-working spaces around you, make sure you utilize them. Make sure you're open and communicative. The one thing that helped me most was during any time of struggle, I used to keep it all to myself and bear all that pressure on my shoulders, right? Once you get to a place mentally where you're comfortable enough to open up about the struggle and everything that you're going through within the industry that you're in, that's truly going to help you clear your mind to continue on the upward trajectory that you're on, right? As well, having a mentor or these communities around you give you a sense of accountability and support. Everybody knows being an entrepreneur, it can get lonely. You're not going to have a team right away. You're bootstrapping, you're doing whatever you're doing to start your company. Most likely, you're not going to have a team right away. But that's why it's very important to build entrepreneurial circles or groups or even a mentor outside of your business so that you always have that ladder of support. Now, tip number 4, very important tip, not celebrated enough, and that is schedule downtime. Schedule downtime. Your body needs to rest, and especially your mind needs to rest. I have a quote that I like to use, and it's rest is not the opposite of productivity, it fuels it. Now, whether you're working 40 hours a week, 60 hours a week, 100 hours a week, the amount of rest you need varies person to person, but you cannot just be go, go, go all the time. I've learned my lesson the hard way with that. I was working 100 hours a week for 2 years, and the burnout was insane. I lasted a lot longer than I even realized I had lasted, but when the burnout hit, oh my God, that shit hit. It hit. And ever since then, I've really paid close attention to my mental and taking care of myself in regard to, scheduling downtime and putting all these pieces in place to avoid a burnout, right? Now we're on tip number 5, the final tip, and that is to embrace the lows. It's okay to normalize the struggle. You are not abnormal for struggling. Everybody struggles, especially entrepreneurs who are putting themselves through a million different things week by week to follow their passion and build their purpose. Follow your passion, build your purpose. One of the best things that's helped me embrace the lows is just talking to a friend, telling a friend completely unrelated to business, doesn't even have to be an entrepreneur, just letting them know, what you got going on with your business, and just having somebody else there just to speak to. Once you learn how to embrace the lows, that's when you truly learn that nothing can stop you, and then leveling up becomes an infinite trajectory. So that was the final tip. We're going to wrap it up. Remember, reconnect with your why, break it down, find your people, protect your energy, and ride the waves. This is the day to day life and my day to day tips. If you are out here in this world trying to build something for yourself, build something you're passionate about, Which one of these tips hit home the most? Comment down below. Let us know. Leave a like and subscribe. Share with a fellow entrepreneur who might need this. As always, this is Clay with Visione Studios. We'll see you next time.